do some watercolor practices using like two brushes, no more than three, and I'm going to be going slow. So feel free to enjoy the sounds. You can pull out your watercolor if you want to and join in. I'm doing some practices, okay, on some scraps. I got little scraps here that I could use. I got this here. I got this, and I got my little palette here. Feel free to listen to the wind chimes and the birds and the kitty cats and the sound of the water. Also, I'll be playing videos, tutorials of teachers and be following what they're saying. So this tutorial that's for painting an island, like little trees, using water on the page already to start the trees. So y'all feel free to
What you want
listen.
to do is save hundreds when Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance.
Feel
That's
free to
great,
listen
but can you
to
ask your friend to stop
the
giving
video.
Hi
So,
everyone, I am so excited to share with you the easiest way to paint trees. And
so
this technique is so
this tutorial, student beginners, easiest way to paint watercolor trees in only 3 steps. It has been posted by Kristen Van Leven. The link is posted um, on my other channel. So feel free to listen, y'all.
and so fun, you will find yourself painting trees over and over again. And it's such a great technique too
I'm gonna
because
start
it
off
translates
small
very
first.
well into your regular landscape paintings. So let's get started. Grab your favorite watercolor paper and paints. It's not going to really matter what brand or type they are to be able to learn this technique. Start with any large round brush. I'm using a size 10 Princeton right here, and we're going to dip our brush into the water and start painting blobs with clean water. Now you want to think of trees, tree shapes, but you also want to leave some gaps and spaces in between, and you'll see why later. Now, depending on what color you want your treetops to be, you're going to start dropping that color into those watery blobs. I'm using sap green and indigo, letting everything blend and bleed.
I just wetted some of the paint real quick. So this is about the size that she's using. So I'm thinking about what she said, how the tree. So I put some water on the page, and then she said you have to work fast. So let's see here. I guess I'll get some green out. I need more room on this table. I'm doing the top of this tree here. I'm trying to do what she said, where you just drop it in. You don't try to control the water flow, but it's like real tempting. Okay, what she say here?
Color into those watery blobs. I'm using sap green and indigo, letting everything blend and bleed together. You can also create a harder textured edge where there's no water, like you can see I'm doing here on the right, but I like a good mixture of hard and soft lines as I'm playing with the colors in this treetop. So you can just dip your brush into the water and soften some of those edges so that you have a really nice juxtaposition of light and dark, contrast, textured, and more airy. So
Okay.
this is the tree top, and we want to work really quickly so that this stays wet while we paint the ground. I forgot to refill my yellow
So I'm
before I started
putting,
painting, so I refilled that super quickly, and now we're going to paint the ground. And you can do any colors you want, any colors that you want to be in the ground. The biggest thing to keep in mind is that the top and the bottom need to stay wet
I
for
see,
this
I'm
technique to
doing
work.
better than I
So we're
did
going to
last
move
time.
very quickly. And then another thing that I like to do is I like to have different colors in the top treetops. And if you've got pink salt, apple cider
Okay.
vinegar, and baking soda in your kitchen and you're not
Some of
using
y'all
this
don't know what
recipe
I'm
yet,
doing.
you're throwing away your chance to lose weight effortlessly. Today
Okay.
I'm here to teach you how to make the new Japanese pink salt recipe for fast the ground. So I like to play with the different colors that would be on the ground, the different colors in the leaves.
She
You can
said
do
you have to
any colors
work
you want,
fast.
any shapes you want. Art is supposed to be fun. Do pinks and purples. Do random, fun, whimsical colors. Just add colors and make sure everything is staying wet and that you're moving pretty quickly. So now I've got my ground, and I am switching really quickly to a longer brush. This is a size 4 round long. And what I'm doing is I'm swiping between the top, which is the treetops, and the ground quickly. I'm dragging the paint with a clean, damp brush from the top to the
I'm
bottom,
doing way
or
better than I
from the
did
bottom
before,
to the
y'all.
top. And this is creating tree trunks. And I love this technique because in some of the lighter areas,
Way better.
the tree trunks are really light and they almost look far away. And then in some of the darker areas, they're a little bit darker. And then if you move really quickly, some of the colors from the top and the bottom blend together in the same trunk, and it just gives
So
such
she
a
was
beautiful
saying
effect.
add it. So I got, this is looking all right, y'all. But she said I can always move the water to flow. Could, you know, we're painters. Some of y'all may not can see what I'm doing here. Okay. So what she say? She said,
especially if you can manage to get to this tree trunk part before everything starts to dry. Don't forget to add branches before the trunks dry, so just another quick little swipe. I feel like the quicker and the more fluid I can do it without thinking about painting the trunk really slowly, the more organic it looks because some of them are a little bit wobbly or leaning to the side, and I just love how natural that looks. And then while everything is still wet, you can continue to play with the colors. So I'm adding some darker green at the base or up in the leaves where there would be shadows. I can add darker tree trunks to look like trees that are a
so
little bit
she was
closer,
actually like
leaving
still
some
just
of those
dropping it
lighter
in.
trees for maybe trees that look like they're
The brush
farther
is a
in the
little
background.
dry.
And one of the reasons I think this technique is so fun is because it very quickly looks like trees and it looks like you know what you're doing. If you're moving fast enough that everything is still wet, then the trunks are blending into the bottom blob and the top blob, and they look very cohesive, very on purpose. So that's why
Y'all.
I think that this is the easiest way to paint trees. You just need to move quickly. So we're going to practice more trees. I'm going to show you 3 more examples with different colors and different shapes at the end of this example, but I am going to finish off the details of this one first. So you
Okay.
can see that while it's
I'm
still
doing
wet, I
better
can play
than I
around.
did before. So I do have to work on the ground a little bit. But I don't want to run out of time. What she say about the yeah, see, look at that. She said, I guess she said you can go heavier. I hope this is small enough. This is better than what I did before. So I do see like I got progress. So I have to, I'm trying to do the trees, y'all. I mean the branches. I'll, sh- I'll show it when I'm done, y'all. It's better than what I did before, as y'all can see almost here. And she went like, okay, she was dropping like um, black into the bottom. I saw that she was doing that. And then she said she was doing like some black ones here. I guess closer ones. I'm just thinking about letting the strokes happen naturally. So, okay, it was soaking through. So I realized the last time I did this, I didn't I didn't I didn't add the branches on the bottom. This is getting better, but the water seeped through. This paper, I realized, is actually pretty thin. But she said, don't think about the quality of the paper because you're just pretty much practicing. I'm actually like kind of allowing this to not, I like kind of like intuitive. I've been looking at I've been looking so much at the drawings that it's like now I'm starting to put the stuff in there naturally. Let's see what I did here. And she was saying, hey, all right. Okay, so I did something. She was saying like you want some that looks like it's far away and some that look like it's closer, so you have to do it darker for the closer ones. You'll see here. Drawing with the pen, drawing with the brush. It's basically what we're doing, what they're saying that we have to do. Okay, y'all, this is my little practice. The paper is so thin, y'all, so it did bleed through, but this is what I did, y'all. All right. I could have made the branches a little darker on the bottom, went over with some black. Maybe here. She was saying I could do that. Okay. And she damn sure was mixing her colors as well. I'm not gonna get all into that yet. Okay. I added some black to the bottom branches. There we go. It's not dry yet. It's gonna look better. Okay, so next I'm going to do, I'm going to practice some trees.
Here's how I practice trees in my sketchbook. I would paint a bunch of tree shapes, all with the same value, all with the same size brush. This is supposed to be a study, so make it quick. Don't spend too much time. Just have fun with moving your brush around. Come back with a mid value in your shadow areas, which are underneath the bricks, all with the same value. All trees in my sketchbook. I would paint a bunch of tree shapes.
Okay. She said she paint. Did she say with the same color?
All with the same value, all with the same size brush. This is supposed to be a study, so make it quick. Don't spend too much time. Just have.
Okay. Light to dark. So I'm just doing some random trees, y'all. That's what she said to do. These have different shapes. This is the trees. Hey. So what did she do for the what did she do for these?
Same size brush. This is supposed to be a study, so make it quick. Don't spend
She
too
went
much
from the
time. Just
bottom
have
up.
fun with moving your brush around. Come back with a mid value in your shadow areas, which are underneath the branches and to the right side. For mine, because my light source is coming from the left side, then I come in with one final layer of darks. And this whole study took me less than 20 minutes. Go grab your sketchbook, have fun with these trees. It's a great way to practice.
Okay.
Our series is about a family who adopted.
Here's
So
how
I'm
I
still
practice
looking
trees
at the
in my
trees,
sketchbook. I
y'all.
would paint a bunch of tree shapes, all with the same value, all with the same size brush. This is supposed to be a study, so make it quick. Don't spend too much time. Just have fun with moving your brush around. Come
This
back
one is a
with
little
a
bit.
mid value in your shadow areas, which are underneath the branches and to the right side. For mine, because my light source is coming from the left side, then I come in with one final layer of darks. And this whole study took me less than 20 minutes. Go grab your sketchbook, have fun with these trees. It's a great way to practice.
Okay. All
Today
right.
I'm going to tell
I'm
you
getting so
5.
better at these trees. I wasn't this good. It's so funny.
Today I'm going to tell
Practice.
you 5 things I wish someone had told me
Hold on,
before I
y'all.
started.
Somehow it clicked off. Well, it's not. Let me see here. Well, we're gonna just leave it like that. Okay. These trees are looking good. I think I need to get some of that water out of that one. Soak it up in the brush. Or at least spread it out. There we go. Share the water. Okay, y'all, let me go. Somehow I clicked out. I don't know how I did, but I'm going to add the dark part to it now. Okay? Don't know. But this is looking good. I finally understand about like, ooh, I just found a new watercolor exercise. Y'all, I had to hurry up and click on this video. But we're going to go, I'm going to go to the post I made. All right. Okay, here she
Here's how
go
I practice
again.
trees in my sketchbook. I would paint a bunch of tree shapes, all with the same value, all with the same size brush. This is supposed to be a study, so make it quick. Don't spend too much time.
I switched to the
Have
leaner
fun,
brush
move your brush
though.
around. Come back with a mid value in your shadow areas, which are underneath the branches and to the right side. For mine, because my light source is coming from the left side, then I come in with one final
She said her
layer
light
of
source is
darks.
coming from the
And this
left
whole study
side.
took me less than 20
Okay.
minutes. Go grab your sketchbook, have fun with these trees. It's a great way to practice. In my sketchbook, I would paint a
Her light source. So when she say mid value, is she talking about? Okay, let's see here. Since her light source is coming from the left, from the right side, I guess I'll go over here. Y'all, if I feel like I'm more of an impressionist artist, it be feeling like that. The way I be doing my brush. Cause that looks like impressionist. That looks like a oh, mm, this piece then took a unique turn that I didn't even know I was going to do. Okay. I ended up, okay, okay. So she said the light sources at the at the top. I mean at the on the on the left side. That's what I did.
Bunch of tree shapes, all with the same value, all with the same size brush. This is supposed to be a study, so make it quick. Don't spend too much time. Just have fun with moving your brush around. Come back with a
Okay,
mid
so
value
this
in
one,
your shadow areas, which are underneath the branches and to the right side. For mine, because my light source is coming from the left side.
so
And
my
I'm coming
problem
in
was
on
I
the
wasn't
final
thinking
layer
about where
of
the light
dark.
source was
And
coming
this whole
at.
study took me
That's what
less
I was
than
doing
20
wrong.
minutes. Go grab your sketchbook, have fun with these trees. It's a great way to practice.
Okay.
Auto insurance all seems the same.
All right, so here's my trees, y'all.
With USA,
I'm just surprised. I didn't think I would do this good at trees, but I'm getting better.
right through your
Look
app.
at my
Or
trees.
you could take your chances somewhere else. Get a quote today.
Here's my trees.
What do you think we're gonna see?
I'm actually proud of. I'm actually quite
Here's how
happy how I did these. I feel like I want to be bold though.
Shapes,
Let me-
all with the same value, all with the same size brush. This is supposed to be
I'm
a
a-
study, so make it quick. Don't spend.
I'm going to add a little bit of red in there. The light source, I gotta. Okay, this might not be dry enough, so I might end up. Maybe a little bit of red. Okay, I'm surprised by how this turned out. I got bold, y'all, and I added some red to my tree. Added a little bit of red. Maybe a little bit of. Could add some yellow, some actual real yellow. Where the light source. Okay, y'all. Like I figured, like artists, like what would happen if I do this? Okay. Okay. Yay! I see progress. I couldn't even do that last week. All right. But I feel like I like the wet on wet. I feel more confident when I have it wet already. So we're gonna see, y'all. I'm gonna do it wet and do the drop the water in. See what happens. Okay, let's get it. Oh. So I think what I'm gonna do is do the wet, do it with the water, and then drop the stuff in. And she was talking about leaving spaces, so that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna leave some space. I left some spaces there. And I noticed when she got on her white on the bottom, she actually the bottom got a little heavier. So then I guess I gotta drop the green in where I see the water at. And then the other teacher was saying, feel free to put some on the dry parts too. I guess if you want to add a little bit. I'm realizing now that art is watercolor still, you gotta still have an image in your mind. It's not like, unless you're really doing abstract, then you gotta be like, okay, wow, I didn't even know I could do this. Woo, child. You just never know until you try something. Because this has a case of the light source is coming on that side. So I definitely want to add some dark over here. Right? I mean, that's what she's saying. Yeah. I don't want it to look so controlled, though. I see now you do have to think about, like, you do have to think about light and shadow. I like that teacher I was just listening to. She explains about making sure you know where the light source is at. Like, I never heard another teacher say that. So this is looking good, y'all. Woo, this tree. I hope I don't mess it up. I'm gonna leave that like that. I like what's happening with this tree. Okay, let's see what she did here.
Too much time. Just have fun with moving your brush around.
So
And come back
she
with
did
a
put a
value.
couple of branches. She did put a couple of branches here. So this is so weird. This didn't taking a whole nother time. I don't know. But I know that I'm starting to understand light source. It's so interesting to see how a tree, like when you do intuitive drawing, how it kind of takes a life of its own. When you kind of try to go with your intuition, it's interesting. Mm, she don't mention it. Like, you got to still pay attention to. Oh, what if I drop some red in? Is it still wet there though? Okay. This is so interesting, y'all, to see how this is taking a different look. Okay, I'm gonna let this dry just to see what it looks like once it's dry. But I feel like I was really understanding the light and the shadow with that one. Okay, let's do this again. The water, when I did the water method, it seemed like it was better. Let me just see, y'all. She said keep the spaces. I have to let that one dry because the water is a little heavy. See, yeah, you do have to think about the shape of the tree, shape of trees. I'm getting way better than I did before. Hold on, y'all. Kind of touching up this other picture. Okay. All right. I'm just keeping in mind the light source is on the left side, dropping in the water. Now she said you can always move your brush to soften some of the edges. Yeah, so you still got to be a bit of a painter. You can't just think you're just going to uh Hmm. Okay, I'll put a little bit. I guess on the bottom because that's the part that's not really getting much of the light. That's what I'm thinking about what she was saying about light source. Yeah. She was saying that you can always like soften the edges, soften parts of it. Okay. I see what she's saying though. Who knew? I guess art's like any other thing. When you pay attention to the teacher enough, you do figure out what the heck's going on. Because this is looking good. Better than what I did before. Way better than what I did before. This brush. The quality of this brush. Man. Nothing about what she said about drawing with the brush. It's different because I'm used to using um I'm used to using what do you call? I'm used to using like markers and things like that. So y'all, here we go. All right. So there's my tree. Maybe put a little bit of blue. I put a little bit of blue over there. That's a little bit. Okay. This one is finally dry. All right, I had fun. I think I'm gonna try the bird exercise next, y'all, because this lady has birds on here. Ooh, let's try this one. This one is a loose. I like what I did with these trees here. I like what I did with these. And this one. I'll put those aside. So let's see what it say here.
Hi everyone, I'm here with.
So these are some like bolder flowers.
But until I can get.
But I'm gonna look at her brush stroke first so I can see what she talking about.
Green, the green that we are going to.
Okay.
So.
I'm starting to understand these brush strokes.
Grab a piece of paper. You can press out your colours.
Okay.
Go. I've got some. Full ribbons paper.
I'm gonna load up the
This is scrap, but
I think I'm gonna load up some paint here.
handy. So
And near,
yeah, that's quite interesting. That's quite a nice orangey colour, and this is the pink that I used without the yellow in it, and this is the transparent yellow.
okay, I see what she doing.
So
I'm not gonna
if
do
you
it that way. I'm
if you
literally
use
just going
transparent yellow
to.
and that pink, you've already got
Okay,
three
we'll
rather
just do one
nice
flower at a time.
colours there, and then we can go to the. That's what happens to be handy. So yeah, that's quite interesting. That's quite a nice orangey colour, and this is the pink that I used without the yellow in it,
So
and
that's
this
a
is the
red. One,
transparent
two, three,
yellow.
4, 5. 1, 2, 3.
So if you use the transparent yellow and that pink, you've already got
Okay.
three rather nice colours there, and then we can go to the. This was quinacridone rose. No, that was quinacridone rose. That was quinacridone maroon, wasn't it? This one.
I'm just doing some brush strokes to
I
see
think
for. Wow.
quinacridone maroon. Is that this one? Yeah. And quinacridone violet. So if we use those colours and combine them with green, the green that we are going to probably want will be a bluish green. We've got, what have we got here? We've got an olive green, dark. I think that's pretty good. We've got sap green, and we can, if we mix, what's this green?
So I'm seeing what she doing here.
And
I noticed she's teaching the strokes first.
from a girl who, she's very young, she's French, and she's just started to train herself to be a proper artist, and she's learning, how to draw things like the old masters and all that, which is all very well, and that's fine. I mean, no problem with that. I don't have anything against people becoming experts in whatever they want to become an expert in, but it's not the only way. And when you get to our age, you don't necessarily really feel that that's that you've got time. Go back to the beginning and start learning how to do things properly.
She's turning her brush too. I see that she's
Okay,
doing
so I
that.
don't know where this is going yet. I haven't got a clue. But the next thing I'm going to do is pick up some olive green dark, I think, with a bit of umber. And we will
That one turned
pop
out
in some
nice.
stems. And some leaves. And I'll change the green, and I'll go to sap green for a bit and just change things up a little bit. And you could really go very dark for some of these, right?
Okay. This is like very slow for me because I'm used to writing and my writing is fast. So whew, this
I
is a
think the
slow
fun of
process.
this is just sort of feeling the paint moving on the paper. Or
That
not.
one didn't turn
Maybe
out
you
too
can't
good,
feel
but
it.
this one's not bad. This one was okay.
Quite nice to paint behind.
This is the first time I'm trying whatever she's doing here.
And don't worry about the lines being shaky. And sometimes you might want to put the leaves in before you put the stalk.
Hi everybody.
There's no rules.
Okay. So I have to get some writing done. Feel free to listen. Feel free to listen to me do some writing. Okay. I'm mostly a poet, y'all. But painting is teaching me to slow down. Patience. So here are some trees I did. I guess I did. I did these trees about a week ago or so. Slowing down. I do like to draw though. I find that I'm better at drawing things and then painting them when I do decide to draw. Okay. So I'll put these aside so I can look at them later. Put that there. I got to get some writing done because I've got workshop. So the writing I'm doing in this video is coming out of this book, Writing Personal Poetry. Okay. Said last visits. So maybe I'll do a little sketch about someone's last visit when I saw you. Okay. So here's a nice poetry prompt. When I saw you. So how I would do this poetry prompt, as I would first catalog. So I would catalog. So when I saw you, like the last visit I saw my father. This is so slow, y'all. I don't know what's going on with my internet today. I might have to journal it. Yeah. I think I'm gonna do it by pencil and paper. I just want to get some sketching done. You know, like writing, sketching for writers. I don't call first draft sketching. I don't call first drafts writing. I call them sketching. Because if I call my first drafts writing, then that makes me think, okay, I'm writing. I have to write something great on the first draft, and then I get in my own way. But if I say it's sketching, then I end up writing great on the first draft because I'm not putting too much pressure on myself. Okay. I do want to do some studying, so feel free if you want to listen. If you want to listen to me read some chapters of some poetry lesson books, there's a few things I want to study. So what I've been studying recently is I've been studying Frank O'Hara, okay? And he has a poem that says, "A meal at McDonald's. Sitting at McDonald's invites chaos into peace by welcoming a barrage of intruders to lean in on the calm of this holy scarecrow guiding its fields." Haha, that was nice the way he turned that. I hear music in the pitter-patter of tiny feet bringing joy to my heart, but the hand dryer is a lonely railroad. Yet the old lady sits in the corner mindful of her food and all of her meals while the young prime minister holds an emergency meeting on the television set, ecstatic about his country's financial state. So this is in Daniel Teasdale book. He says, basically he's saying that it says, compose a poem in which you explore a marvelous and miraculous occurrence or object through the mundane and everyday images and figures for an added focus. Work in the free verse tradition of O'Hara's poem. So a familiar object. He used hand dryer. So I'm gonna write down some familiar objects. I guess I'll write teapot. Because I always see my teapot. I'll write that down. Y'all, why did my pen just go dry? So I gotta type it up. So I'm gonna create, he said familiar objects. So in Frank O'Hara's poem, he has a scarecrow, he has television set, he has a railroad. So I guess he always sees a Frank O'Hara always saw a railroad. So I'll write a few things. Okay. Pen. Writing some familiar objects down. Okay. Lying under a tree. Okay. So I'm just thinking, he said, sitting at McDonald's invites chaos into peace by welcoming a barge of intruders to lean on the calm of this holy scarecrow. But he said use objects. So mine were images. We're underdeveloped. Okay. Leaning on the calm. Like um Wow. This piece then turned dark. Wow. It's amazing how this piece. Okay. Okay. I'm sitting here sketching here. Page 57. Well, Hans, this is why I can't get nothing done. Hansi. In the writing moment. Practical guide to poems, scene, poetry. Okay. What did I say? Ow. Okay, I did some sketching. Okay. 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 So this is what I kind of wrote, y'all. Wait a minute, hold on. Okay. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What did I do? Okay, this is what I wrote through my scratch glasses under a tree. I watch inches through my scratch glasses under a tree. I watch inches of a figure slowly arrive in my journal with every stroke of my pen in the sunrise under a thick, low hanging tree. It pushes me down into it. Okay, y'all. What did I do? I accidentally merged two poems, y'all. I don't know what I did. I merged the poems. Stroke of my pen. What did I do? No. Through scratch glasses under a tree. I don't know how I merged those poems, but we're going to fix it. What did I do? Okay, I know what I did. Okay. I put the stanza in the wrong place. Somehow I backspace. Sitting under a thick, low hanging tree. Okay, there it is. Okay. Sitting under a thick, low-hanging tree, the sunrise weak pushes me down into the heavy chest of my mind, where the underdeveloped images conquer parts of each other like bodies in a pile after forced on top of each other by a much greater force than them all together or charging at it at the same time. I hear the tapping of tiny feet on wood, swiftly, momentarily, suddenly stopping like someone blinded by intense light. I hear a scraping sound like a spatula trying to get food stuck from aluminum foil. Below in the light and the shadow, a lady with her blue teapot belly moved the leaf blower up along the hillside like boots stagger, careless of what damage is done to the leaves, like boots staggering through them, while a squirrel sit not far from the headstones for memorial warriors, eating a nut. And that's it. That's my sketch. It's hard but clear. It's a very hard poem. I might not say eating a nut. I might actually say yeah. Okay. I was just say holding in that. But, yeah, I'm not going to pick over it because it's a first draft. Okay. So that was written with the style of Frank O'Hara, page 57 in the Writing Moment book, Frank O'Hara poem, Practical Guide to Writing Poetry. Okay. Bye, everybody.